Hey folks, WooFDriver here with the after show. Hopefully you caught our event. I'm just wrapping it up now, and I wanted to give the group a view of what I do when we're done, how I wrap things up. If you saw the pre-live broadcast, this is the after-live broadcast. If that makes and I'm pulling it up to letting the vehicle air out a little bit. I had the air on, but it's still, because it's sitting still, it still stays somewhat warm, not too much, but enough that we could get it cooler by airing it out this way. So I'm taking off Jag's collar. Good boy, Jag. I'm going to put that away. And these are all the GPS collars. I'm going to put the okay, so these are all the GPS collars, and then I turn it off. Myself. But since I'm so much into that stuff, I know about. Good boy. We got in a little better than. Now, Chase's collar here is a little more confusing because good boy, Chase. Good boy, Chase. So it's a little harder to do. I'm always telling the dog what a good boy, girl they are. Get a view of me. So we don't waste battery. That way I don't have to recharge them each time. Get caught. Excuse me. Chase. Good boy. Want to be able to shut the door without catching the dog, of course. So these we usually recharge about once a week, and I have forgotten sometimes to recharge them, which creates a problem, as you're aware of. When you get there and you don't have a collar charge, don't quite feel as good letting the dog free range, because I don't know where they're at all the time, as you see, when they get, especially when the crops are like they are. Taking the pretties off now. And turning this collar off. You can see each collar, well, that one actually is not, I lied. This is one of the newer ones, so it's not actually labeled. Most of them have the name. See, the antennas are long, so, and they don't get in their way out in the field. But most of them have, actually that one didn't either. That's why they're color coded. Here we go. I didn't totally lie, there Jag 2 is. Jag 2 means because he's one of the newer collars. That the first generation of these, I think this is the second generation they're on now, are just a little more advanced. They're a little smaller, better communication, better battery life, probably, all that good stuff. So right now I'm pulling my dog collar cam out, and put that in here like that. Again, this is a GoPro Session 5, the newest GoPro. I put the cap on the lens so it protects it. I put the antenna through here. And you know, these hold a spare camera, spare parts, and one of them's got a remote. Not that one. And I have one of the remotes, I believe, in my pocket. That's spare camera and one of these remotes. Yep. And I've got another remote. Got so much stuff in my pockets. Try to put my hands on everything. Actually, I might have that one on the front compartment. Check. And I do. It's right here. This is what a remote looks like. And that talks to the camera so you can see if the camera's on or not. Therefore, if we stop somewhere to take a rest, I'm not wasting footage on just watching Chase watch the grass grow, or who's ever wearing the camera. So, put that away like that. And here. Now, what keeps everything really stable, I'm going to put the communicator in here. By the way, now what I do is I check the communicator, and I'm going to strum through each dog and make sure all the collars are turned off, which they are. So that way I know it's just double confirming that I turned all collars off. That goes in there, goes in there, and this will sit with Jag because he's such a good boy. Hi, good boy. And this will ride in the front. Now, usually, if I do have Gigi with me, she'll have to fit in there too. So more equipment will ride with the dog. With the dogs, I should say. This is just my local bag I use on the ATV. I just put a bungee on it, and this will fit here nicely around the headrest. Okay, and that's a wrap, folks. I think I can put the ATV back to its storage place. I'm going to take one more drink. As long as you want to stay on my way up. So, dogs are all safely in the van, fans are running, air's on. And I leave the windows cracked just in case. I mean, I'm only leaving them for literally 3-5 minutes, something like that. But the van is actually always in my sight because even though I'm moving a few hundred yards away from it, I can still see it. But I'm always concerned something can go wrong when you least late, as well as just not to create a vacuum. So we're passing the silos that I talked about earlier, how they dry the crops properly so they can maximize their sale of them. And I'm pulling right into my trusty parking spot. I'm gonna take the key out and I'm gonna put this up to charge. And that's how we charge, folks. And ATV is put away. So now, working my way back to the van. Now the dogs I don't usually give them access. This is the top end of the farm. I like the way the truck says Husky though. The dogs usually, I don't give them access up here because it's getting closer to the road, and this is where a lot of the farm processing goes on. There's a little store up here that sells some of the goods of the farm, as well as a lot of the big trucks come through here. As I said, they do some trucking out of here, so plus the farmers' dogs are up here. It's kind of like their personal area, and I want to be as respectful as possible. They actually have told me they don't mind me roaming. They're not respectful enough. So, and maybe that's the reason I'm still coming here. Can take you back in the day. I like that. I'm in some of the old stuff. I watched Pickers with Mike and Frank. Actually, they came through. Pickers came through an area not far from here. A friend of mine actually sold them some Civil War relic stuff. I believe there was a rifle and some other stuff. You might have even seen that episode. Of course, there's a lot of Civil War Pennsylvania, or even south towards D.C. Antietam, areas like that. And we've ran a lot of those places with the dogs on the bike, and that's how we started the werewolf stuff, where we go out ghost hunting. We've gone to Antietam at night, but you can't get access to the battlefield, but you can get on the outskirts. And if you look up my Flickr account, see some really cool pictures, some old cannons that are there that we were able to get pictures of at night with some of the full spectrum IR photography I do. Barking, howling, talking, doing what huskies do, being real vocal because they knew they were getting ready to run. But right now, they're tired, they're chilled, they're content. So now they're like, let's just go home and eat and sleep. That's what they want to do. And Ace isn't even panting, Zara with some. He's feeling yeah, and check their water. This one's cold still. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm not giving you a view of that. Top off her water. Sure, she's doing good. Looks like spider there, good girl. So I was just getting that off of her. Behind the scenes. Remember more stuff that I do to share. But I'm the Wolf Driver. I'm going to sign off now. I appreciate peeled because I'll be on the WooFDriver's Den, which is my studio, coming at you. I hope to next week. Have a great day. More live stuff, more cool stuff coming up soon. WooFDriver sign.